Hello YouTube, Robin Hood Bricks here, and it's Brick Call O'Clock. And we've got an extravaganza of packages today. 1, 2, 3 to my PO box address, and one from Bricklink, as per usual. Fantastic! Right, well you'll have seen the second one of my new animations there for Brick Call O'Clock. I'm not entirely sure about the sound bit of that animation. You'll have to let me know what you think of that. I was playing around and I had to think of something that was sort of clock related. Yeah, I'm not sure I like it. Anyway, let's get into the important things, which are the 3 subscriber packages first. And this one is got some, very big lumpy parts in a lovely bright... it's not neon green, actually, just trans bright green, that one. I will get to the letter. Dear Robin, it's been a while since we sent you over a couple of parts. The last being the custom Boaty McBoatface tiles. Ah, yes, that are in my 20,000 Bricks Under the Sea cabinet. And we saw you put to really good use in your 20,000 Bricks Under the Sea cabinet. Yep, I should read the whole thing before adding to it. So we thought it time to send you something just as interesting. Now, we weren't sure if you got these in your collection or not. No, I can categorically say I haven't got these. But while helping Daddy sort through a lot of parts for our Bricklink store, we came across these 2 cylinder pieces in trans bright green with stickers, exclamation. And we know that you're a bit partial to a Lego sticker. Yeah, they look rather interesting and an unusual part. So yeah, I'm quite familiar with the part, but not these stickers. They sort of got robot arms on. It's almost like a sort of, it's kind of like the Mandalorian, where he's sort of in a big bath getting sort of fixed by kind of robot arms when he gets injured. That's what it looks like to me. Daddy said that we can send these over to you for a building challenge if you choose to accept it. We aren't sure what you could possibly make with them. Well, I've just had one idea, but look forward to seeing if you manage to put them to good use in Brick Nottingham. One of the stickers is a bit wonky, but we know you have a trick for that. Yes, I can use my patented hot tea technique. Hey. Daddy also said he thinks you'll know what set these come from. Well, do you know what? I'm not sure I do, actually. I know this piece was used in light blue trans colour in a couple of the Ultra Agent sets. I think one of them was the Infiltration one on the back of that great big Agent's kind of buggy, I suppose you call it. But this one, I don't know. Now, if I had to guess, I would say it was either Hero Factory or Bionicle. But any more than that, I don't really know. But it's quite good because you can join, if you get it the right way around, 2 of them together, and then you have a hatch door, and it's plenty big enough for lots of stuff, or definitely a minifigure, or 2 maybe. So I think I might use that in my Alien Cantina. Maybe somebody's having a bit of a the equivalent of a sunbed in a back room or something like that. Or maybe it's just a big tank for some cargo. Because, I mean, it's really quite big, isn't it? Quite impressively sized. Or you could have it that way with a man in it, kind of pickled. Anyway, I think there'll be loads of potential for that. It could even be used in my Alien Conquest type scenes, maybe as a custom UFO. Who knows? Anyway, best wishes from the whole family at Imagine Bricks, including Ida 8 and Soren 6. Well, thanks, gang. That is a good challenge, and I accept it. Don't expect anything too soon because I've got quite a lot of projects on, as you probably know. Right, let's get pushing on. We'll be here all day. Get into this second one. I hope it's nothing too fragile that I've just cut into. No. Oh, yeah, am I in it? I think I'm in it. And is there a letter? Yes, there is a letter. Okay. Right, here we go. Another neatly printed letter. It's a bit easier to read. Here we go. Dear Robin, hello again, and I hope you are well. Belated congratulations on the channel's anniversary, and thanks as always for the amazing content. The Mall is our favourite series in the recent past. We really do think you could submit it or a version to the Bricklink Designer Programme, and given its difference to the ideas scheme, I really think you'd get votes from channel members. I wonder if you have an interest in submitting this or any other mock to them. The problem with that is getting it in a fit state to actually submit, because you've got to do loads of great pictures, which I actually did for them all, because I was going to submit it to Lego Ideas, but it turned out it was over the parts limit because of all the little tiles everywhere. and the mosaic in the back wall and so on. In fact, it blew the parts limit out. But you're right, you can actually submit it to the Bricklink Designer program instead. The other problem I have with it is the fact it's got things like the tram stop on the back, which doesn't make much sense as a set. So you'd probably have to adapt it and take that off because it's very specific to my city. And then you've got kind of an empty space. You probably need to put something else in, and then you'd need to take photographs of that. Oh, it's a lot of work essentially. So if I was one of these people who do enter that and I'm just making one great big mock and I'm trying to promote it, that's a great thing to do. But with running the channel and doing all the videos that I do, it does make it a bit harder to find the time to do all these things. It's like instructions from my builds. I'd love to do that too, but time. I do have a job as well. I'm kind of struggling to keep up as it is. So anyway, back to your letter. Anyway, the reason for writing is to send you a small something. Quite a while back, you mentioned this on a video working on the undersea cabinet. I just so happened to have a look online, and whilst the cost in the UK and Europe was high, I found one incredibly cheaply in a city in the USA. I was waiting for business in the near future, visiting for business, in the near future. So I made an order and asked them to ship to a hotel that was in April, I think. I then forgot about it. I was quite surprised to find a package waiting for me at the hotel months later. In fact, I assumed my wife had sent me an anniversary gift and was about to send her a thank you message. Thankfully, I checked the package before doing so and it all fell into place. Wow, that is forward thinking. That is absolutely crazy. I hope you haven't picked it up in the interim and can find a place for this little fellow in the cabinet. Thanks again for all your amazing videos. Morris, YouTube MD0U80A2, which probably means something to somebody. Oh, wow, Morris, that is incredibly generous of you and very forward thinking. I'm very curious to what it is. I'm also a bit nervous that I might have bought one in the meantime and been, I have not bought one in the meantime. That is a grail. Fine, that is. You're right, there are none in the UK. There are none in Europe. It is the black sawfish. Now, a lot of people might be underwhelmed by this. I've indeed got this in grey, but it's only ever been in one set, one of the old diver sets in the 80s. I forget the number in my excitement. Oh, wow, that is absolutely amazing. But yeah, there's just so few of them around and they're treasured. And like all things, America's got more of practically everything. So it's the only place to really get one now. And the postage over here can be absolutely crazy. But if you're visiting there on business and you can get a package sent to your hotel room, then that's the way to do it. Wow, this is amazing. So this is going in the cabinet. I actually have the biscuit on my desk just to my right. That's it, getting tapped. And this can definitely become part of that. Oh, wow. So I really like him. He's quite hard to see because he's black, but it's just one of those things that's kind of silly about collecting Lego. You just become aware of the existence of a certain piece or something like that, and you know you've got the other three or whatever it might be. So then you just really get it in your head that you need the fourth one for a complete set. I mean, it is just this addiction that we all have, that we all enjoy having as well. So this is really amazing to me because it's just scratching an itch that I couldn't scratch and reach myself. So that is very nice, Morris. That is very generous as well, because I imagine it wasn't too extortionate in the States, but it would be here. I'm going to sell it. No, of course I'm not. No, I would never do that. But this is absolutely lovely. So thank you so much. So, wow, I'm doing really well already with this haul, I must say. And we've got a third subscriber package to go, which is the big one. And while I'm opening this, if you want to send something to the channel, it doesn't have to be an incredibly rare black shark or sawfish. Just a letter, some photographs of your city, ideas for the future, or maybe a piece that you think you can't use that would inspire me to make a future build. All things are gratefully received. I even like to see pictures of my builds that you've done in your city. So I'd like to see those as well. Right, we've got some stuff here. Let's toss the box away. We have got a creator set with under the sea creatures, which can be built all sorts of different ways, it looks like. I like that. I like that. I like him a little less, but a nice big turtle there and a red crab and lots of bits and so on. Very good. We've got a polar bear polybag. He's rather cute, isn't he? I like the use of the nose there. Very nice. and a torso of the Vitruvian Man from, I think that was from the Builder minifigure wall originally, wasn't it? But that looks brand new as well, so that's very nice. But I shouldn't really be opening this without reading the letter first. So this is from Gareth. Dear Robin, I wanted to send you a few more things for your Lego City. I have one of your t-shirts. Oh, well done. T-shirts available in the links below. I've got them all as well. They're really good fun, actually. I had it for my birthday. I saw a Lego torso with the very same t-shirt. Yeah, that is actually where I got the idea from, actually, Gareth. Just with my head on instead. I've never seen this on your channel, so didn't know if you were aware it existed and thought I would send it to you. Oh, well, that's very generous indeed. I'll put it in pride of place, I'm sure. Yeah, I really do like it. It's very iconic indeed. I've also sent you a polar bear set, number 11974 for your future Arctic scene, and the sea creature creator set number 31128 for your underwater cabinet. Somebody else who likes saying all the part and set numbers. I continue to enjoy your channel. Keep up the good work. Gareth Middleton. Dynamite Train Wagon and Robin Hood pressed Lego Penny. Ah, yes, I've got both of those in pride of place. I love that Dynamite Train Wagon. I was thinking about that the other day. Really good one there. And I've got the penny in my drawer over there where I keep all my other prized possessions. So thanks so much for that, Gareth. I'm sure this will come to use. I'll have to decide which one of these build to put in. I kind of like these two more than the dolphin. Well, we'll have to have a vote on that, but I think that looks the most exotic. I mean, that would look quite good on a lower level, I think, in amongst all the bright stuff. Oh, wow, and I love the use of those two as eyes. I hadn't thought of using these as tentacles for eyes. I think it might be on a hermit crab, but it could just be coming out of any old sort of little cave or something like that. And then as soon as you go near it, they kind of go, whoop! Oh, that'd be brilliant. Ah, so there you go. It just shows that even sets you weren't particularly interested in buying, sometimes have got really good ideas within them. And, you know, no one has the monopoly on good ideas, I always say. So it's good to get as broad an influence base as possible. So, yeah, that will come to very good use indeed, Gareth. Wow, so haven't we done well already? We've got challenges, we've got new sets, we've got interesting pieces, and we've got a Grail Find Black Sawfish. Absolutely love it all. So thanks again, Gareth. Thanks again, Morris. And thanks again, Ida and Soren. Right, so now we better get on to my package from bricklink.com. Just put Robin back over here. The ever-expanding band of men. And as always, I have a word that I usually write down to remind me of what is in an order and why I bought it, the main driver. And this one, I wrote BAM, B-A-M, as in build a minifigure, because I don't ever get access to the build a minifigure wall or pots or whatever you'd call it, because, well, I'm an hour and a half from Meadowhall in Sheffield, which isn't that easy to get to, and I'm never going in that direction. So I'm almost more often in London, but then again, very, very little that I've got time to pop to the flagship store there. So, you know, with my full-time job, as I mentioned earlier, the fact that I'm running a YouTube channel, are you aware of that? I run a YouTube channel. Yeah, it's this one. Then I just have no time to do all these things. So I end up buying them from sellers on Bricklink. And one piece in particular really, really caught my fancy. So the reason why I picked this vendor was I went around the search sort of tool and found who had the most of them, because I wanted more than one. And I think two people had one and one person had 5. So I thought, yep, I'll have all 5, please. Being a bit greedy. So we'll see those inside. So let's get this open. Oh, look at the immaculate way that's been packed. So I can just tip that out all in one go. Throw the box over my head and get straight into it. Well, let's start with the sticker sheets, which haven't been mangled, even though they're sort of loose in there. And just 2 of these. This one's very small indeed, but vital for another one of my collections. My name is Robin and I am a brick addict. It's for a surfboard. I collect all the stickered surfboards, so I've got a Lime one ready to take this sticker. And it's just a tip there with a 12 on and a swoosh, but, you know, I've got to get them all. So, and friends keep releasing more and more, and the skateboards, and I do them as well, and the snowboards. So this is from the set 41697, Turtle Protection Vehicle. from 2022. Not the Heartlake turtle protection vehicle, so that's one good thing. So yeah, I'm probably not going to use the other two at all, but I really like that one. That one is a must, and it was pretty cheap, so that's really good going. Then we got this one, much bigger sheet, and I'm probably going to cut up these stickers and use them somewhere or other in the future. This is from the set 42135, Monster Jam El Toro Loco, which means the crazy bull from 2022 in Spanish. Much like my bulls, actually. This one is called Bad Toro, and they are anatomically correct on the back there, you'll notice. And the other one is the same, but in red, he's Angry Toro. So I'm well familiar with Toros. But this, yeah, it's kind of a monster truck that I really like the bull's horns on the roof of. I think if ever I make a monster truck and use these stickers on it, I'll definitely replicate the horns as well. But it's just a lot of fire, flames, Monster Jam bits, and of course that, which could be a restaurant name, or it could be a truck name, or it could be anything really. So I just thought for the pennies it was, I'd go ahead and buy that and use it in a future build. I mean, the idea is that I have long distance to do some sort of big stunt scene with all the loop-the-loops all sort of joined together or something is a possibility. It's not pressing on my list of to-dos, to be honest. But if I ever did make an orange monster truck, then, well, we've got the stickers in hand and it'll probably be hard to get later. Oh, another thing that was in that sticker bag, just so it didn't get mangled, was this, which is a cloak. Now, I don't really need a magenta sort of coloured cloak, really. But I did think that it might be usable on one of the sort of ladies in waiting, kind of that I got last time for the castle scene that I'm going to do. Maybe one of them could be wearing a cloak because it was pretty chilly in those days, pretty drafty in a castle. And I thought that might work. If not, then, you know, no biggie. So that came on the character Anna from the Disney Series 2 minifigures. And Anna, I think, is short for Anakin, isn't it? Yeah. So she became, spoiler, big spoiler in case you haven't watched it. She became Darth Vader in the fourth Star Wars film. First released, fourth in order, just in case you didn't know. Yeah, I think that's right. Good, so that's that. Now we can move on to the other stuff. Shall I do the torso bag? Because the torsos are the magic that I was after. And it's this one. Dun, dun, dun. The Boy Scout uniform. It's more the American sort of style of things, because we do our patches largely on the arms. And I was a Boy Scout back in the day. But they put all of theirs on a sash. They kind of wear it across the chest, but it still works for me. Got the red neckerchief, and look at it on the back as well. The rest of that band and the neckerchief looking absolutely fabulous. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these, so I could have a whole troop of Boy Scouts, either up to no good in my city, or maybe they should be a force for good. Maybe they're arresting some of the villains as part of a citizen's arrest or something like that in my city. So you'll have to give me ideas for that. And I came armed with loads of little legs so I could use them. So I've got sort of midi legs and the mini legs, so I can have different heights of young man if I put them on the right way around. And I think I'm right in saying that it's just boys in the Boy Scouts still. I don't know if they've changed it now. I seem to remember they were talking about changing it. I can't remember what the outcome was. So you'll have to let me know. Ooh. Phew. They kept going. One day they'll find me. Yeah, so there we go. There is my little troop of Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts, if there is such a thing. Because it used to be guides in our country. Anyway, there we go. I think that'll be a great scene somewhere. So you have to let me know if you want them to be up to no good, or arresting some Ultra Agents baddies, or maybe investigating the warehouse in the harbour or something like that. It's finding out that Dr. Inferno is up to no good. Could be a bit like the Hardy Boys sort of thing. And I'll have to get a scout leader or something, or maybe I'll give one bigger legs and he can just be an older sort of venture scout. But anyway, I thought they were absolutely fantastic, and the reason for this entire haul. Anyway, let's go through the rest of the torsos. There were lots of ones from recent series minifigures, like this one, which you might not recognise because it was hidden by a great big carrot in the Series 24 carrot mascot. And that's a pretty good torso if you ask me. It's wasted underneath that, and I could take my one out, but I thought I'd get another one as well, because he'd parted out a lot of minifigures, and And they were quite a good value when he had done as well. So I just get the bits I need. Forget the legs, forget the heads where you don't need it. Here's one with a chili on, with flames on, and that was from the Chili Costume Fan, Series 22, which I hate the name of. It's either a chili costume guy or gal, or a chili fan, but it's not a chili costume fan, because otherwise you're a fan of chili costumes, which he's got one, but I'm sure he's not collecting them. Anyway, there we go. That's that one. Got this one for a banana salesman. The banana on the front there and Banana Co there. I've already got this one as well on the actual tuk-tuk that came in the set 76026. Gorilla Grodd Goes Bananas from 2015. Yeah, as I say, I've got that tuk-tuk. I've got the gorilla now on top of my tallest building. And now I kind of fancy the transparent plane, Wonder Woman's plane, after getting that bike the other day. Though she can't be in two places at once. But anyway, I just thought that tuk-tuk guy could have a colleague. I'll have to change out the hands at the docks or something like that with a great big crate of bananas. Why not? Maybe even the golden bananas. I could use a few more of those. Now this, when I spotted this, sealed the deal for this store. I was like, right, no more looking. This is what I'm going for, because you might look at this jacket and think, that's familiar. Is that one of the series punk rockers or something like that? Or maybe it's that 80s guy with a tour jacket? No, it's neither. It is different. And I didn't recognise this at all either. And it's actually from the front of a Lego book, which I hadn't even heard of. I didn't know it had been released or anything. And it's called Meet the Minifigures. And I was just like, where did that come from? I need that. And now I need the rest of that figure now I'm aware of it. I mean, the face is different. The legs are different. We haven't had either before. So I'm considering, I must say, buying a £10 book for a minifigure from Amazon. It's available right now. But I don't know if I want to. So I think the torso must have made it to the Build a Minifigure wall. So anyway, I got two, because I figured that is about the coolest t-shirt I've seen in Lego, with a kind of Lego stylized skull, but with a sort of Ziggy Stardust sort of squiggle on the front, and the tour jacket, of course. So they are great. Absolutely love those. Want the rest of it, though. Oh, I've loads of pop stars in my city. Here's an Ninjago torso that was only available in one set on a character called Henry in 70615, the Fire Mech from 2017, which is a pretty fearsome looking mech, I must say, actually. And I've got this torso once in my city with a guy who dropped his ice cream top, and in fact is that a little scraped? Not too bad, might just be muck. But I can always get another, and I can put it with my Masako that I got the other week for a little beginnings of a Ninjago themed minifigure collection separate to the city. But why, Robin? More on that in weeks to come. Then we've got another series one here. This is the Rockin' Horse Rider Series 24 as well. Just a nice torso for a little girl to be wearing in my city, or a little boy maybe, but probably a little girl, let's face it. And then another Build a Minifigure one, which is this very shiny, glitzy jacket with a bow tie and cummerbund. I don't know if he's just got a bad sort of dress sense and he's off to a nice do, or if he's a clown, because it does kind of look like a clown uniform in a way, and he should be at my fairground. Wow, that back is rather fantastic, isn't it? Very shiny and glitzy indeed. So, wow, that's almost enough for a haul, isn't it? What a fabulous collection, and these guys are amazing. But let's continue. Maybe we should continue by giving them some heads. And then we can almost get, they'll all be bald scarily after this, because I don't think I bought any hair pieces. But we've got some heads that I can give to these guys. So again, these are just from Random Series minifigures. So that is from the wolf costume guy, isn't it? The Licking His Lips from Series 23. Oh no, I obviously got two of those, so I'll put that one on top of there, both sides, where he's blowing the house down and eating the little piggy inside. Then this is the Chili Suit Fan, the same one that we looked at earlier, sweating profusely. We've got the Newspaper Kid from Series 24, which is very appropriate for a Boy Scout. Maybe he's one of the elder ones rallying the smaller ones to the banner. Come on, guys! Then we've got the kind of gap-toothed look of the reindeer costume from Series 23 as well. We've got, oh, there's another one of the chili suit ones, both sides of that. This one's different. This is from the Cardboard Robot, Series 23 as well, with that sort of unusual face, sort of like a grimace, but I think she's sort of making robot noises, like a beep bop boop or something. And then we've got another one of that one, and maybe I've got two of everything. There's that one again, both sides of that. That's a nice sort of smiley happy face. And maybe I got two of that one. Yeah, I did. So I got two of all of those, and they're all two-sided. So we'll have some double-headed mutant Boy Scouts. That looks good. Some little legs in case I didn't have enough, but I do. These are interesting. I don't know why I'm collecting these, but it seems I am. Probably for the Alien Cantina, because they came in that Series 22 Space Creature as kind of the backpack. I don't know if it was fuel or his packed lunch or what, but they've got this sort of alien squid type thing on in a hexagon, which I quite like. It's almost like a warning sign. And maybe I'll use that for cargo. Maybe I'll use that for a popular drink in my cantina. I don't know, but I thought having a few of them would be a good idea anyway. And unfortunately, that Alien Cantina is still nowhere near starting, even because of all the other projects I've got on the go. Then one more pair of legs, which is a mistake. Oh, that's annoying. These are supposed to be the spring-loaded legs from the sports sets that you can make extra floppy by taking the springs out. But yeah, that is annoying actually, because I wanted that. Oh well, they've just given me a random normal set of red legs. And the reason why I wanted that was because in here, which seemed to be another bag of Builder minifigure parts, I've got the red ocean liner, which is very similar to the boat that came with the Series 23 Ferry Captain, of course, which was basically the Titanic Captain. And I wanted to put that in there to make another sort of kiddie ride outside the front of a store or something like that. But although it will work with normal legs, it won't be sort of spring-loaded. So I'm going to have to put that back on the list of wanteds. And it did occur to me that I made a mistake. I do this every now and then, that I had actually already bought this. Which is a bit annoying, and I've put black funnels in this one, the one I got already. So I think I have one for a kiddie ride, and then I've got the black one from the Ferry Captain, and this red one, and maybe they just need to be made into a kiddie sort of dual ride at the fairground, or maybe even just used as remote-controlled boats or something like that on my beach. That might be a fun idea. So I'm sure I can use it, but anyway, I did actually already have that. Other Builder minifigure pieces. This lovely bunchy hair type piece, which has been a Harley Quinn or the Lego Ninjago movie N-Pop Girl. Had a different colour combination, but this is just slightly different. So, nice to have. Shall I give this to one of them? There we go. We've got another flower head. There's been two of these. There's the one that was on the Flower Pot Girl in magenta. And then there was a bright light blue one with slightly different green on the Builder minifigure wall as well. And now we've got a dark purple one. So we've got that as well. And I think I'll have to have all three of those together as some sort of scene where they're selling flowers. I've got a flower selling wagon actually, like a stall. So maybe that is the best place for that. Then we've got a wizard's hat, but in dark blue. And that is a variation on the Series 12 wizard one, which is in regular blue. So that's quite nice. He looks quite fun with that on. A different kind of sort of witch or wizard's hat, this one, in normal blue with the grey hair around the outside. Another Builder minifigure piece, originally in a different colour combination in the Series 14 Wacky Witch, of course. Yep, so that looks nice. Then we've got a big slice of strawberry pie, which looks very tasty indeed, with strawberries on the front all over it. They haven't taken the green bits off, which is a bit silly. And that is the same shaped piece that's been on the other Builder minifigure sort of chocolate slice, but also the Series 19 pizza costume guy, or the Lego Movie 2 watermelon dude. So yeah, I think that's my least favourite of those actually, but hey ho, it's still, well, part of the collection, huh? What else we got in here? We've got this tile, which is really nice and big actually. I like that. That was only in one set, the 76943 Pteranodon Chase set, 2002. And I could use it as a fish and chip sign, I suppose. So I've already got a really good pair of fish and chip signs, or even just a lid of a crate of fish at the harbour, maybe. Doesn't even need fish inside. It really could just be nailed shut, or maybe it is just a wall hanger. Somebody caught this back in the day and is very proud of it. It's quite big. It looks about a bit bigger than a real fish. I'm just pulling off the biscuit here. Oh no, it's exactly the right size. In fact, it's a bit small if anything, so it doesn't make much sense that it would be a wall hanger if it's smaller than the average fish. So anyway, it's a really nice tile though. I like that a lot. More tiles. We've got the Malibu Stacy 2x2 that came with the Simpsons 2 Smithers character. I'm just going to use that as a prize in my fairground or maybe at my toy shop just off Old Market Square. We've got a nice medal. I really like that. Don't know who's going to get that. Maybe it should go to Robin. But that came on the Cowardly Lion in the Lego Movie 2. Part of the sort of Wizard of Oz bit. So yeah, that's really ornate, isn't it? It's quite hard to use as a tile though. But anyway, we've got some red. These aren't red, these are blue. We've got some blue birds. These are becoming a lot more common now, but I still get them when they're a good price because I love birds and I just want them all over my city. And I still want Lego to make far more of them. They are doing quite well. I mean, we've got the falcon recently, and you know they are bringing back the seagulls. So I've got some of those coming directly from Lego and so on. So they are doing more birds, but I need more, even more. A nice dragon shield for my castle collection, and that's in really good condition. I think that's the last one of this type of Dragon Knight one I need. That came in all sorts of sets like 6918 Blacksmith Attack from 2011. But yeah, I really like the colour combination of that. And now I've got that green barding for that one as that extravagant purchase. Then I'm very happy with that to join it. Another tile. This is a 1x2 kind of policeman's badge. So you can sort of flash it and show your credentials from the Series 9 policeman. Thinking of giving these to a couple of my super secret police. So they can be flashing them around well, when they're arresting old people or whatever it is. Another Builder minifigure piece, a guitar, kind of the type you'd expect to see an old rocker sort of smashing against the speaker with this sort of axe type shape. Now I've had this as part of the video sets, a few like the Boombox 43115 from 2021, but this one is in that medium azure colour. So that's the only variation there, but it's really nice. I kind of collect the guitars as well. I know, what is wrong with me? I've got a collection for everything, or at least an excuse for everything. We've got one of these helmets I've got a few times, but not in gold. And the gold ones always come on Thanos, of course, like in the 76141 Thanos mech from 2020. So I don't know who I'm going to give that to, but it's nice to have. In the castle scene, probably, obviously. And then we've got a blue rabbit, which is also Builder minifigure. That's medium blue by the looks of things. I don't know why you'd need a blue rabbit. Maybe it's a soft toy. Maybe that's just differentiate it from regular rabbits that have been in all sorts of sets. But yeah, anyway, it'd be good as a toy because if you have 2 of them, very soon you'd have about 14 of them, and very soon you'd have about 200. So yeah, it'd be quite good. So there is another Builder minifigure piece. So yeah, this person clearly visits the wall a lot and then sells them as a side hustle. Good for you, good for me as well. But that's not where it ended. I've got loads of these mechanical arms in dark red, which I thought was a good colour for under the sea, to either hold tentacles or, I don't know, plant pieces. And the great thing about these is I can either use them on a bar holding something or on a clip piece or something holding a bar. So I can use them in all sorts of different ways, and they're very cheap indeed. So I've got a load of them, and we'll see this theme recurring with all sorts of different pieces to hold things. So here in sand green, for a penny each, they're 1x1 modified tiles with clip, so I can hold all sorts of things with those as well. Much like this little scene on the box here. The bits for under the sea, because you've always got to go through all their categories and buy, well, everything that's relevant. So we've got a couple more of those tentacles. Looks like almost exactly the same as those ones. Maybe those will be the ones with eyes poking out from under a rock. Whoop. Very good. Couple of these ones. Dinosaur tails in red. Couple of these bamboo pieces in red. It wouldn't be bamboo under the sea, of course, but it'd be something that looks similar. I like those. I've already used one of those and I didn't have many. Some connectors in lime. I think I'm going to be using these to hold those big barnacle pieces that I got quite a few of in lime together. Well, just to experiment with at this stage, because that's what I'm going to have to do a few videos on soon. I think it's just when we finished the biscuit to my right, that is the second level of the undersea cabinet. I think I'm going to have to start doing all the little mini builds of corals to then try and tessellate them all together into a big scene for the third level, which of course is going to have the great big Silent Mary wreck on it as well. One more of those. Some more 1x2 slopes in old grey, which you go through at absolute rate of knots when you're building these big rock walls. What is this? Oh, they're headlight bricks in clear. Thought they might be useful for coral builds as well, where you've got to link one bit to another bit, and well, you don't want it to show up, so this will be kind of invisible. I mean, you probably can't even see them; they're that invisible. What does he hold? He's just got empty hands. What are you talking about? Anyway, the good thing about these headlight bricks is you've got a stud. You've got a stud, but you've also got a bar hole, and you've also got an anti-stud. So these, and another anti-stud there. So these are just great at just changing the angle of something or connecting anything to anything, really. So that'll be great. Even if it's just holding sort of a bar piece with a fish on the other end, so it looks like it's swimming in midair. It's just a great way of connecting one thing to another. So love that. Oh, one piece that's just got out of my range was this. Now, I'd never seen this before. It's a projectile shooter. And it doesn't have the sort of bit in the middle, so I've fortunately brought one of those to make it active. Oh, and it's kind of a gun catapult that I've never seen before. You can put just side bits on to make it into more of a catapult that's only really been used in Nexo night sets for the character Aaron, like in 70332 Ultimate Aaron from 2016. And that's probably why it's passed me by, but I was very interested in how it worked. And it fires bar arrows, as it calls it, but that is a bar arrow. It's basically the ball joint with a stick on it, and if I don't drop it, you can push that in there, and then, oh, it does work very well. I like Robin likey. Oh yes, so that's a really good variation, so I can use that in my castle scene, or maybe add some over the top side bits so the SSP can use it. I don't know. That's really cool. Glad I bought that. Fantastic. 1x2s with sand green plates. More connecty bits. This time in sand blue. Taking a bar and turning it into a grabber. Oh, and some more of these. I ran out of these the other day doing a build. Well, you know, the biscuit. Next bit of the deep sea cabinet. So that's really good. It's good to have all these in quite variational colours, like the dark red, and then it can actually become a feature rather than something that's hidden. So we'll just have a flurry of colour. I just can't imagine how it's going to look. Well, I can, because lots of people have done similar things, I suppose, on the internet. But everything is always better in person, isn't it? You know, you just notice it a lot more. And although you'll only be seeing it through the lens, you know, for me, it'll just be absolutely amazing. I'm sure seeing one in real life. That's why we go to Lego shows and so on, isn't it? Anyway, one of those old chairs in kind of space chairs in blue. That I thought was for an SSP build, but it turned out I bought the wrong thing anyway. This is a big cog gear for tracks in Technic, but I'm going to use it to hold lots of tentacles. Nice sort of frilly edge in yellow. Then we've got more pieces for Under the Sea. I just bought everything interesting and funny colour. So here's one that we've had, I think, once before. Trans-purple kind of fan blade from a jet engine. And that was only in one set, 41232. The Superhero High School from 2017. Which has got quite interesting tiles up that middle vertical section, hasn't it? I think they're stickers. Might have to add that sticker sheet to my wanted list. Not desperately, but, you know, quite interesting. So that's that. Some more cones in glitter trans purple. That'll be for Under the Sea. 4 of those. Ah, lost one. 4 of these, which are the sort of gem pieces, but slightly different because they've still got the stud on top, so you can stack them. I don't know why I bought 4 of these, actually, because I think I've got a bag of them. And when I mean a bag, I mean a bag. I've got about 100 of these because somebody was selling them for a few pennies each. So anyway, I've got 4 more now. That was a bit silly, perhaps. Oh, I bought another one of those bar arrows, but in trans bright green. So we'll just check that one can be fired as well. Check it works. Pew! Yep, it works. So that's even better with the bright colour variation. One of those 3-way pieces that I can use for well, all sorts of things. I've seen them used as actually the top bit of a kind of staff for a wizard or something with two sort of horns coming off or something like that. Or I can use it under the sea because we've got a stud there as well. So it's really useful connector piece. Some white horns. I'm always running out of these for teeth for beasties. Lots and lots of plant holdy pieces for under the sea. And what you can do is use the studs for normal flowers, not to just make a bunch of flowers, but then to be an attachment point for another type of piece and make something much more exotic. Because those pieces that you kind of skewer onto this, you can use so they have the stud showing, and that's available for something else to attach to, or put it on upside down and have the anti-stud showing, of course. So these can make basically a multifaceted anything. So they're very versatile. I mean, effectively, via a flower piece, you could have these on each one or something and then attach something to them. The opportunities are endless. More corner plates for my rock face. I had about 4 of those left, so that's good. Black round 1x1 bricks, because I keep pilfering these out of my coal wagon on my train. And my coal wagon is almost empty now. Well, it's not almost empty, it's half full. So that'll top up that and be a few more for future builds. Same in brown. Don't know why I got those. They must have been really cheap. Sometimes pieces are 1 penny. And I think, well, if you're going to give them to me, I'll take them. But I wasn't shopping for them, I don't think. More black 1x2 tiles and some of those connectors with the hole in that we used as our crab legs. So I'll gladly have more of both of those. Can't remember the project for the black small tiles, but anyway. Yeah, I ran out of those on that tram facade, the round red trans tiles for brake lights and so on. So I just bought 10 or so of those, top up my supply. Small handful of 1x2 plates in dark bluish grey. Again, top up the supply. And lastly, looks like we did all the interesting stuff first, didn't it? Lots of slopes in old dark grey, new dark grey, and did I see a lighter one? No, but slightly different shapes and so on. So that's good. Add those to the bag, or bags. We've got so much of that stuff yet to use because we've got so many more rock faces to build, and I can't face doing any more after I've finished this one for a while anyway. But wow, what a fantastic haul. Fantastic for 2 reasons. One, the lovely generosity and thoughtfulness of the gang that we mentioned earlier, and also for these builder minifigure pieces, which I'm so jealous of. If we had one of these stores in Nottingham, I'd probably be there every week trying to look for something new. And the real highlight of those is these Boy Scout uniforms. So I want ideas for what the Boy Scouts should be up to. Should there be goodies or yet more baddies? I'm kind of thinking they should be a force for good. Like the SSP is so rubbish that the Boy Scouts are coming to the rescue, basically. I think that's a really good idea. But where? Maybe they should be arresting the baddies at the fairground. Who knows? Uncovering the fact that they're selling rat meat. Something like that. That would be really good. But I love these ones as well. Need the rest of that figure. Now I'm aware of it. Project over here. Lovely things for undersea cabinet. And wow, Morris, you have outdone yourself with the grail find of the black sawfish. Absolutely adore that. That is going to be very front and centre. Probably next to the Sharkinator, which I've still got to use. I haven't forgotten it. Don't worry. Whew, what an awesome haul. You know, I think the best thing about running this channel is the fact that I hear from so many of you with all of your positivity about your builds and about mine. The fact that you write me letters, even send in generous offerings to the channel. It's all just such a wonderful community that we're part of. And it's very heartwarming for me to, you know, hear from you and get that feedback loop to my hobby as well. So I really, really love that aspect. Long may it continue. I did think at one point these brick hauls would run their course, but well, I still really enjoy doing them anyway. So you'll have to let me know if my new jingle for the brick haul o'clock, yeah, I'm still not sure about that sound, but is any good. But as always, thank you very much for watching. It is appreciated. Do remember to like, comment and subscribe for more awesome LEGO videos. And if you value this channel, then you can support it by clicking on some of the links in the description below. And if you want to send something to a future brick call like Ida and Soren did, or Morris did, or Gareth did, then you can to the usual address. It doesn't have to be bricks. It can just be a letter or some pictures or something. It'll be gratefully received either way. And next time on Robin Hood Bricks, well, I think I'm going to try and get on with finishing the biscuit, as I keep calling it, to my right. The great big scene that's removable from the 20,000 Bricks Under the Sea cabinet that represents the entire second level of brickwork, I was going to call it, kind of rock work, plant life and all the rest of it. And then we can get the base back on and not finish that level because there's going to be lots of gaps that need filling, but definitely get all of the groundwork done. And then we can even start thinking about the next level below, though maybe after a break. I'm kind of done with rock work already. And then some other projects, and of course another brick call next week. So brilliant. Until then, see you. Bonk.